What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Magus of the Frog. I'm returning to Magic in the newest set, MTG Foundations. I have been playing so much Arena. Having only really played Paper Magic before, I didn't realize how addicting it would be to climb the rank ladder in Arena. We got to Silver 1 in Limited after using all our Seal Draft tokens, and I just hit Diamond 1 last night in Constructed, all the way from Bronze. I figured I'd get a good night's rest because I've got my eyes set on hitting Mythic for the very first time, and it'd be really cool to do it with an updated version of my Simic Merfolk deck. My initial draft of this deck is available in a previous video where we go undefeated in the standard metagame challenge. That was a really cool time and really stressful, to be honest with you. Didn't know those games get really sweaty, so check that out if you feel so inclined. But let's go over the deck again. This is an updated list. I've listened to some feedback from a lot of people in Reddit, Discord, and my YouTube channel comments, and here's what we are doing. One, we're not gonna use the whole full 4 into the Flood Maw. I think 2 is fine. We'll have 2 Shore Ups. Shore Ups is great because it untaps the Merfolk, and if you're familiar with this deck, we like to untap and tap Merfolks using stuff like crewing and synergizing with Deeproot Pilgrimage to create 1/1 blue Merfolk creature tokens. In our 1 slot, we've got Mistway Spy and C-Note Scout. This is just to help curve out as well as provide some very minor value. This one comes from Explore. This one can give you clue tokens. In our 2 slot, we've got the Drowner, great tempo card. You can tap an opponent's creature. You can shuffle a problematic creature back to their library. We've got the Schooner, the boat. This really helps synergize with a lot of our pilgrimage lines, and it's just really good offensively and defensively because it's a 3/4. It's got a big butt. We've got the Hexcatcher, absolute all-star. It's a Merfolk Lord, buffs all our tokens, buffs all our Merfolk, and gives us some protection against some really high casted spells like Sunfall, where we can just sack some Merfolk instead of losing our whole board. We've got Nikonzil, only a 2 of this time. Really not leaning in too much for the explore mechanic here and utilizing her, but she is still great. Once in a while, she can grow quite big if left unchecked. We are playing 2 copies of Tishana's Tidebinder. I think 3 copies is also a decent move here. This is just great. You can Tidebinder a temporary lockdown trigger. You can Tidebinder some Overlord attacks. You can Tidebinder some infinite combos out there. We've also got Enduring Curiosity. We are now at 3 copies. This card is just so good and perhaps my favorite card. Coming back into Magic, the effect is so powerful, being able to draw cards. And even if they kill it, if they don't exile it, it becomes an enchantment and the effects still last. So we are up 3 copies to that, and come on, it is a cute cat. And then we're also adding in 3 copies of 3 Steps Ahead. I've been really enjoying this card. It's super versatile. It can counter, and another mode I like to use a lot is creating a token of another artifact, whether it's the boat or creatures such as the Hexcatcher or Enduring Curiosity. Absolutely great. Helps filter our draws too with the draw 2 cards and discard a card. Looking at our sideboard, we are playing 2 copies of Into the Flood Maw. This is the 3rd and 4th copy. If we really want to start bringing it in against mono red decks, that's really good. We've got Unable to Scream. This is good against the Golgari deck, any deck that really has some problematic creatures, maybe some black-white life gain decks that rely on certain creatures. We've got Aetherize. This is just a pet card of mine, guys. I like to play with this kind of effect. It's not necessarily needed in the sideboard. I like it because it helps give me some sort of comfort against the go wide tokens deck. We've got Pick Your Poison. It's just a great way to deal with problematic flyers or enchantments. And I usually bring this in when I know my opponent's playing some sort of Valgavoth reanimating strategy. And I've seen quite a bit of those in the ladder. We've got Ghost Vacuum for the Oculus deck or other reanimator decks. We've got Soul Guide Lantern. I like this for the Delirium decks. And we've got Flash Freeze, good for red or green decks. And Negate, just a general purpose counterspell here. So let's see if we can get to Mythic. We are 6 pips of Diamond Tier 1 to go, and well, I guess we'll see if we get there. Okay, round 1 here. We are on the draw. This looks like a keepable hand. We got some 1-drops and some 2-drops. We're against Plains over there. So we'll start with Cavern of Souls on Merfolk so we can play our green one. Wouldn't mind a land here. I'll bin this Merfolk here. And this could be the mono-white control deck. If that's the case, let's just put down a Schooner. Wouldn't mind getting some Explore triggers. Indeed, it's the tokens deck. Okay, so I'm thinking we can get a Hex Catcher out. Let's screw it. And hoping to draw some land here. That's a good one. We'll play that on Merfolk. And I will play out the Spy just as a 1/1 flyer. Now it's a 2/2, but also it's fodder for the Hex Catcher. Just in case our opponent plays some very problematic non-creature spells here. That's okay. Carrot Cake's fine, and they have the mana to pay for it. Well, we're gonna let this go through so we gain 3 life. Shore Up was a great draw there. So let us start with the Catcher maybe. Another option is to start with the Drowner. But let's go with the Catcher. That allows us to attack with our first Catcher. We'll crew this. And we'll attack. 3 steps ahead. We don't have the double blue to play this, so we're gonna bin that. Okay. Our opponent could play Sunfall here, which we can counter. They can play Neza. Ooh, another Carrot Cake. We are okay with that. Looks like they kept a card on top, which they're gonna draw. We have Shore Up here, just in case. Okay, so this is a possible turn where we can get Enduring Curiosity. And I'm not sure, actually, if that's the play here. They likely have some sort of removal spell. I imagine maybe Get Lost. So let's play some Merfolks. Let's tap down their token here. And let's go exploring. Okay, looks like our opponent is just making a token here. Gonna chump block. Shana's Tidebinder. I think that's worth a keep. they're gonna take 5 here, down to 13. Okay, we are going to shore this up. Looks like our opponent wanted to draw a card here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to play this just as a flyer. We're gonna use that to crew the boat. And looks like they have a removal spell here. And I think we're just gonna sacrifice our flyer here. It's not attacking anyway. That way we can still get our Explorer trigger. Oh, we don't get the Explorer trigger. That's right, because we lost the creature that we're going to explore to. Okay, so now we have the option of Tidebinder on a problematic activated or triggered ability. So we've got Sunfall here. We'll have to sacrifice 2 creatures to do that. So, do I Tidebinder just to get rid of it? I think we might have to. We'll see, we'll see. I don't mind losing one of my Hex Catchers here. And then we'll Tidebinder. Okay. So, we're gonna play Enduring Curiosity. We're gonna crew the boat. And we're gonna attack. Deep-Root Pilgrimage is a nice draw there. Can't really quite use it just yet, but we have them down to 3. We're drawing 2 cards. And we're passing the turn. Let's see if we're able to get there. Our opponent could play that 4-drop that gains them life. That would have been a great trigger to Tidebinder, if we could. And we got there. So let's go to game 2. Game 2, what are we looking to do? I think negates are probably a good choice here. We can also do Pick Your Poison if we want to deal with things like the Caretaker's talent. But to be honest with you, the really problematic things here are the stuff like Sunfall and the 4-drop they have that can gain them life. So I think we can do away with the Nikonzils. We like our counter spells here with Negate and 3 steps ahead. The rest is actually quite decent. I am not quite sure if Into the Floodmaw is really okay here. So let's actually take them out. Yes, it can deal with a problematic token, but I'd rather have something more material. So let's bring back in the console. Maybe I'm liking this card too much. It has won me a couple of games, so got a soft place for it in my heart. Okay, game 2 here. As you saw, Hexcatcher was an all-star in that last game, so we're gonna keep this. We've got a 1-drop. We're gonna start off with a Mistway Spy. Would you like to use any of your removal spells on a 1/1 flyer? It looks like they are willing to do that. I think that's great value for us. And let's actually take this time to play out a pilgrimage. We are going to take 1 damage here. We've got the carrot cake. Land here was amazing. We are going to start off with a 1/1 Mistway Spy, and then we are just going to pass the turn and hopefully hold up Negate or the Hex Catcher, and the next turn play a second Pilgrimage and hope we can start pumping out some tokens here. We'll take 1. Okay, Hexcatcher time. They're likely gonna use the removal spell on it. And we are okay doing that. Would have loved to drawn another land there so that we could play Deeproot Pilgrimage and keep up Negate. So, I think I'm actually just going to attack with the Spy here, guarantee we get our token, but also keep up Negate and Tidebinder. Okay, our opponent kept something on top here. And we will take 1. Then now, I think I'm actually going to cast the Drowner. Tap down this rabbit. And then would love another land here. Wonderful. Okay. Let's play out the second Deeproot Pilgrimage, and we have Negate backup, just in case they try and deal with our Merfolks here. Okay, great. We are able to get our 1/1s. I'm actually gonna let this one through. Because we really want to save Negate for something like Sunfall now. Especially since we don't have a Hex Catcher to counter it. Looks like they are digging for some action. It would have been great if we could have countered that ability with Deshana's Tidebinder. But oh well. Okay. So, let's think about our options here. We've got a massive board coming in. If we can start tapping our Merfolk. Let's see what we have on top of the deck. Looks like it's a land. So, we'll play our green Merfolk here. And 3 steps ahead. I think that's worth keeping. So we'll keep up Negate and Tidebinder here. And we just won't attack. Ooh, okay. This is definitely a Negate. That would have been very nasty. So now we are susceptible to Sunfall, but we can keep up our 3 steps ahead here. So let me explore here. Look like it's another land. And we're not going to attack here, even if it creates us 2 more tokens. Would love something like a Hexcatcher. We're gonna just take our turn here. Speaking of which, you've got the Hexcatcher. And what I think I'll do is I'll actually pass our turn here and see if we can get some good Hexcatcher triggers. Hexcatcher attack next turn. See, how much does it cost to counter something, create token, 6 mana? Let's start off with Hexcatcher. And perfect. We want something like the Drowner here. Tap down the 4/5. And let's start making some Merfolk. We're going to attack with everything here except the Hexcatcher. And that's fine. I'm surprised they didn't go for the Hexcatcher. Oh, and we were just able to overwhelm our opponent. Nice. We are 2 pips in. We've got 4 more to go. Let's go to the next one. Okay, round 2 here. We've got... This looks like a keepable hand. We've got the Boat, the Hexcatcher, and Tidebinder. Looks like we're playing against Dimir. Now, which version of Dimir is it? Okay, looks like this is the Kaito Dimir. Yeah, the Dimir Tempo. That's going to be a bit difficult. Our cards currently aren't good against them. We don't have any of the counters. They could easily just Kaito us here. Looks like they didn't have the 3rd mana untapped. We'll play a Merfolk. We'll get in our Hexcatcher. That's no problem. Let's get some exploring done. That one we can keep just because it's a nice flyer that can block. Okay, are we getting Kaito'd this turn? No, we are getting Enduring Curiosity. So we can possibly keep up the Tidebinder here. So let's play out this 2/2. Let's crew using our Hexcatcher because we don't want to attack with it anyway. And Pilgrimage is nice here. Now, we don't actually want them to trade because we want to use Tidebinder on their Enduring Curiosity. Ooh, never mind. They are able to get the bat here. So, let's counter that instead. Ooh, and our opponent's playing some really good creatures here. And I think we'll trade here. Okay. We're just gonna play out the Pilgrim here. And we're just going to play out our second boat. And we're going to pass the turn. Deep Cavern Bat, they see our land. Okay, let's make some Merfolk token. So let's block the Preacher with our hexproof creatures here. And then block the Crawling Bat. They get to draw one card because they get through the Mastermind. We are getting buried here in card advantage, though. Okay. Another Deep-Root Pilgrimage. Well, might as well play the land that they know about. It's unfortunate because they are getting through with their flyers. That's just how good the Enduring Curiosity is. Would love to draw one of our own. Interesting. They're gonna go for a mill plan here. And we're just gonna block with one of our hexproof tokens. There's not much that can really bring us back here. Maybe our own curiosity, but we shall see what we draw. It's like they're gonna cut down our last Merfolk and a Hexcatcher. I don't know. I think we can still play out a couple more turns, so let's just see more cards from our opponent. I'm not sure if they're actually playing Kaito. Maybe they're playing only 2 copies of it. And they're only going with their flyers here, so we don't have to... Ah, here we go. They do have a Kaito. Okay. We're gonna block the Kaito. Oh, well, we can't anymore. We're just gonna make some dudes. And we'll pass it to our opponent. They're gonna draw 2 cards, and unfortunately, that's probably it for us. I'm gonna see if we draw anything nice here. Yep, they are just overloading us with flyers. I think that's game. They can just tap that down, but that's okay. We have a second both.
Take a break, will ya?
And yes, Island won't do it. Alright, on to game 2. Okay, so against them, we can bring in our Pick Your Poisons. Aetherize is something that we can also bring in. I think I like that over the Tidebinder. We can bring in Unable to Scream. That one's a good one. The Shore Up is quite nice. I'm actually going to take out the Flood Moss because they don't mind recasting their creatures. And Negate's probably a good pick here. So let's see what we cut. I think we can cut the Nekonzel. And 3 more cards. You want this. You want this. You want this. Wouldn't mind the flyers. Okay, let's go down just to 1 Aetherize. I don't think we need to go there. We'll go down 1 Unable to Scream. Maybe 2 is enough. And I think we can actually go down 1 Boat. Let's try this. Alright, we're down a game here, so hopefully we get a good hand here. This seems okay. We'll keep it. We'll start with the Yavimaya Coast. We'll play Cavern of Souls on Merfolk. And we're actually going to start with the Pilgrimage here. And they're likely holding up a flash creature. So if they're doing that, I think we just pass here. There's the Mastermind. If they play a 3rd land, that's possibly a good time for Kaito, but they didn't. So we're going to play our Drowner here. Looks like they've got a removal spell for it. Okay. Unfortunate that we didn't draw another land here. So, they didn't have the 3rd land for Kaito. We're going to take a gamble here and just play out another Pilgrimage and invest in the future. This could go very wrong for us if they draw the 3rd land into a Kaito. Okay. So, let's play out the Scout. Hopefully we get the land here. That's not a land, unfortunately, so we're going to bin that. And then we can unable to scream something or have them sacrifice a flying creature of their choice. And just to use mana efficiently here, we'll do that. They're going to remove their Siren, but that's okay. We want to save Unable to Scream for a bigger creature here. And this looks like it's turned out to be a really low resource game. Looks like they didn't have Kaito anyway. Okay, now I don't mind using Unable to Scream on this. They likely have a removal heavy hand. Ah, they had another Mastermind. It's really unfortunate that we're not getting enough lands here. And they drew a land for their Curiosity. And now we're going to be buried in card disadvantage. A little too late here. That's really unfortunate. We're going to give our opponent the good game here. We're not going to be able to come back from this. So we're going to concede. Alright, we're down to 6 pips to go. Look, the road to Mythic is a hard one. It's not going to give it to us easy. Let's go to the next one. Okay, round 3 here. We are gonna be on the play. This looks like a keepable hand. Guys, if you are enjoying the content, if you feel so inclined, please, you know what to do. Like, comment, and maybe a subscription. Would really appreciate it and help grow my channel. Okay, so we're gonna play Cavern of Souls here on Merfolk and start with the console. I've been really enjoying Magic Arena, like I mentioned earlier, just been playing a lot of it. Took a while to get used to the software, but I'm just really enjoying it. Looks like we ate a lightning strike there. Okay, and I'm actually thinking about putting this as a ward feature here. Not sure what our opponent is playing yet. Looks like it's a blue-red spells matter deck. Ah, okay. That's a cool one. Vigilance and Prowess. So they can use it to draw a card and discard a card. In that case, we'll probably save the Drowner for it. Yeah, let's attack here. They're going to take 2. And we're going to pass the turn. Let us Drowner here. Okay, they're gonna draw 2 cards here. They're gonna get a creature token, which we can bounce. But I think I'm actually going to use our mana more efficiently here and play the Drowner. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're gonna undisguise this. We're going to attack. Interesting, they're gonna return this. But the effect still happens because this one is a triggered ability. We'll play this, and I think we will... just play this out, I think? No, let's keep up a clue token. Or Into the Flood Maw and our Hex Catcher. It's Merfolk versus Otters. Okay. So, we are going to play the Hex Catcher here. We are going to sack this. And we're gonna sack our last Drowner here. Okay. I'm tempted to just draw a card here and see what we get. Another land. Okay, I think we can afford to draw another one here. Okay. I want to play this as a 2/2. What does this do? They get instant or sorcery back. So I think we are actually going to Flood Mob Kitsa back. Attack for 1. End the turn. Our shields are down here. We didn't draw that much action despite drawing 2 cards with our clues. Okay, nothing we can do about that. Now are they gonna level up their Saga? It doesn't look like it. Okay. We'll go Merfolk. We'll play out our ward creature here. And then we'll keep up the Tidebinder. We can use the Tidebinder to counter the Otterball Elite's trigger. They're gonna go with level 2 here. So, do I counter this? It's tempting because they used 4 mana on it. Might as well. Oh no, they tried to counter while we had Cavern of Souls. Okay, looks like this paid off. And do we kill the Otterball Elite? Well, they're giving us the opportunity to, so let's do it. They'll kill likely our Tidebinder here. Although, I think they should possibly kill the Disguise creature here. Okay, so let's turn this face up. Let's get a clue token. Let's play this. And now we're keeping up Hexcatcher and a clue token. Our opponent's gonna level it up. Oh, okay. So, we are going to play our Hexcatcher here. And we are going to counter it, sacrificing our Mistway Spy. We're gonna take 3 here. Okay, so let's get a explore trigger first. See what we got cooking on top of our deck. Deep Root Pilgrimage. Okay, so we are actually going to draw that right now. We're gonna play it. We're gonna undisguise our Merfolk here. Create 2 clue tokens and a Merfolk Idiot. The Mistway Spy has been really MVP this game, in addition to the Hex Catcher. It's not always often that the Spy gets to shine like this. Okay, our opponent is getting back an instant or sorcery. Do they want to draw 2 cards? Do they want to draw removal? Burst Lightning is a good choice here. They get to cheaply remove our Hex Catcher. And we just have to let this resolve. They're still attacking here. We're gonna take it. They can make a fish with their Fountain Port to block. Oh, and Deep Root Pilgrimage is a great draw here. Let's play that. And let's attack, making 2 more idiots. They're gonna take 1 damage if they make a fish here. Ah, they're just gonna sacrifice this to make a token. And then just in case we draw the Hex Catcher, I'm going to use this clue token now. Looks like we didn't get there. Okay, they're going for level 3 here. We can tap that down with the Drowner. Okay, let's tap it down with the Drowner. And this should be lethal. Okay, game 2. Okay, so we are playing against Otter Prowess. It's been Otter Insanity. I think Aetherize and Negate here are pretty good, as well as Flash Freeze. Into the Flood Maw is a maybe. It's probably good against their really expensive investment here. But maybe we can do without. Let's look what else here. Shore Up is good. All our merfolks are pretty good. I think we can probably cut down on the console. And we need to cut 2 more. I think the Drowner might not be as useful here. We still have 19 creatures. I don't like to go below 18 creatures. Keeping in mind that Deep Root Pilgrimage pumps out more. But let's try this. Let's see what game 2 holds in store for us. Oh, we are on the draw here, so I'm actually gonna go down 1 island, and I'll bring back one of our Drowners. Okay, we are on the draw here. This looks like a keepable hand. We've got Scout into Pilgrimage. If our opponent lets us. Let's go Merfolk and Scout. Tidebinder is an okay draw. Let's see. Do we trade with this? I don't think so, because we're gonna be creating some dorks here anyway. And we'll pass the turn. We will likely just take 4 here. Use our life total as a resource, and the boat was a great draw there. I think I should have possibly played the scout before I played my island first. Ooh, curiosity is a great one. We'll keep that. Let's attack. We'll keep back our hexproof guys. Play the boat and pass the turn. So the boat allows us to tap the scout to create another Merfolk token and block with a 3/4 if that's relevant. And if they tap out here, we'll have a clean turn to play out the Enduring Curiosity. Okay, looks like our opponent is drawing more cards. So the Flash Freeze might just be stuck in our hand. I don't see that many red spells. They probably just have it for the burn. Oh, and our opponent's attacking here. I'm really surprised by that. Let's make an idiot. Let's block this otter here. And we will triple block this otter here. Looks like they'll be able to survive. Okay, that's no problem. We want this clean turn to play Curiosity here. And we get more idiots. Draw 2 cards. So that was a pretty good turn. We basically traded our 1 boat for their shore up. Okay, we got some otters here. Another boat is great there. But let's just send it in. a counter spell here, just in case anything goes wrong. Okay, which is this one? Let's counter target spell. And would you like to trade your Otters? Okay, they traded one of our Otters, their Otters, and we lost our Scouts. We'll play the Mistway Spy here, just as a flyer. They are at 7. We have them on the defensive. And we can do some surprise damage with the Hexcatcher here. They're gonna attack for 3. We're not gonna block. Yeah, and it looks like this Flash Freeze is just gonna stay stuck in our hand here. No blocks. Do they play another Otter here? Ah, and the Lightning Strike. Okay, wonderful. We got a Drowner here. Okay, they're gonna shore up, but we got some secret tech here. We are going to Hexcatcher their shore up. Sacrificing actually our Hexcatcher here so we can get in for more damage and draw more cards. Love another land here. We didn't draw it though. But we do have another Flood Pit's Drowner. And we've got a stacked hand. They're likely going to level this up. Yep. Burst Lightning on our Drowner. That's no problem. Okay, we'll do this on Merfolk. We can do a couple of things here. But first, let's draw some cards. Let's play the Scout. Deeproot Pilgrimage. I don't think we need another one. We'll just play the boat here. And then let's prevent them from tapping. I mean, untapping by playing a Drowner here. We can, at the end of their turn, tap or crew our boat with our untapped Merfolks to create more tokens with the pilgrimage. Looks like our opponent's leveling up. But unfortunately for them, I don't know if they'll be able to deal with all of these Merfolk. That's no problem. We're gonna tap it, make another Merfolk. We'll play one Merfolk here, just to crew the boat with. And that should be game. Alright, wonderful, we got there. We earned back the 2 pips that we got and lost earlier. Let's see if we can get there. 4 more pips. Okay, round 4, we are on the play. This is an interesting hand. We'll keep it. We got the boat, and then we got a counter. So we just need to draw some Merfolk here. Our opponent mulliganed once. Let's see what they're playing. Okay. Let's go with the boat here. Ah, red-white. I see. We are going to play the Mistway Spy. Let's get an Explore trigger. We can cast the Drowner next turn to tap down the Challenger. We'll keep Nikonzel. Let's see, is our opponent gonna play another creature or are they gonna move to attacks? It looks like they are going for another creature here. And I'm actually going to let them attack here. And I'm going to shore up. And trade with the Challenger here. I want to use Drowner at a later turn. Okay, we got Nikonzel online. Let's get some Explore triggers here. Another boat, I don't think we need that. And then now I'll use the Drowner. Use that on Inti. And wonderful. We are going to play a Deeproot Pilgrimage here. We're going to tap our Drowner. We're going to attack. And Hexcatcher's a wonderful draw there. We have them down to 6. We've got a pretty good board presence here. They're gonna attack here. We're gonna take it since they have trample. And I think we have lethal here. Let's play the Hexcatcher. Let's crew the boat. Let's attack, get an Explore trigger, get a token. Oh, I totally forgot. I could have used the Hexcatcher there. But I think we'll still get there. So I clicked through that, but I could have used the Hexcatcher to sacrifice one of our Merfolk that wasn't attacking to counter the unwanted remake. But maybe that ended up working, so our opponent doesn't know about that secret tech. So let's see here. We are playing some sort of red-white mouse deck. Pretty sweet. Merfolk versus mice. And I think Into the Flood Maw will be good against them. Flash Freeze, maybe an Aetherize. We can take out the expensive spells like 3 Steps Ahead. We can go down 1 Curiosity. And all of these are quite good. We are on the draw, so we can go down 1 island. And on the draw, the Mistway Spy is not that good. So the question is, do we take them out and put in something like Unable to Scream instead? I think it's worth trying, because Unable to Scream can really prevent them from utilizing their value creatures. Okay, this is not a keepable hand, unfortunately, despite drawing 4 different sideboard cards. We're gonna mulligan it. Okay, we're gonna keep this and put back the Yavimaya Coast. Maybe we can get a good Aetherize in this game. Okay, looks like we got some Into the Flood Maw to do some single target blowouts, probably. Yeah, and we're just gonna tempo them out. Let them return that. And do we play Nikonzel or the Flash Freeze? I think we save the Flash Freeze. So we're gonna be playing the control deck in this particular matchup. And looks like we are drawing our second Nikonzel there, so we are okay if they deal with the first one. They've got a handful of cards. I think they're lacking lands. And we're not actually gonna use Into the Flood Maw here. Let's just make a Dork. Pilgrimage was a great draw there. Okay, they are playing a Rabbit too. I like it. Looks like they're using this to pump up their mice. And now we're actually going to return the Valley Quest Caller. still gonna be taking 2 damage, but we are setting them back a turn. So, now we can use Unable to Scream on this. Create another Dork. Put them down to 16. Looks like they drew their 3rd land there. Okay. Do we attack with the Neconsole here? I don't think so. I think we're just gonna keep up Flash Freeze. If we draw another land here, we'll have Aetherize up. So we don't mind them developing their board. Ooh, they got some chonkers now. Let's block one of these. So this is awkward. We've got 2 pilgrimages out. But we're likely gonna lose our Neconsole here. Okay, so do I attack and make 2 more idiots? We have another Neconsole. Is it okay to throw away the Neconsole? You know, I think so. It's not doing well defensively currently anyway. We really need another land here. Like, these 2 tokens will do more defensively than this Neconsole here. Oof. Okay, we might just have to save some damage here by chump blocking a lot. They put something on the top there. Yikes. That is a big attack. A land. Oof. That's not good. So, we might be dead here. Yes, we are dead. So, let's just save some mental energy and concede here. Go on to game 3. Okay. Now that we're in the play, we'll put back our island in. And defensively, I don't think Neconsole was too great there. So maybe we cut that. And let's hope, since we are on the play, we can get crazy with our Deeproot Pilgrimage. So we'll want more 1-drops. I didn't see that much removal from their list. So maybe Shore Up's not doing as well as Mistway Spy could be doing here. Okay, let's run this, see how we do game 3. Okay, we are on the play. Oof, unfortunate. Only 1 land. We're gonna have to mulligan that. Okay, this is a keepable hand. And I think we can get rid of one of our Merfolk here. Hoping to get some higher impact cards, such as the Pilgrimage. What a great top deck right there. Okay, do they have a Burst Lightning? They don't. We get a 1/1 Idiot. I'm sorry, these guys are not idiots. I just call them idiots. They're hexproof. Look how cool they are. Okay, we don't mind taking 2 here. Let's attack. And we are gonna disguise the spy here. Is their opponent gonna develop the board? They'll likely have another creature here. Their list seems to be creature heavy. They've got a Manifold Mouse. Might of the Meek. It looks like they weren't able to get a trample effect here. I'm going to chump block here to save us some damage. Okay. I think we are going to turn this face up. Our opponent seems to have a removal spell here. They're debating whether or not to kill the spy. Ah. That's no problem. So I don't think we can Manifest Dread the boat here because it's not a creature. But we do get a clue token, which we can cash in at the end of their turn if we don't end up using the Into the Floodmaw here. Okay, becomes the target. Look the top 5, return a creature card with mana value 3. Okay, we might just have to deal with that. Oh, it didn't let me do it before going to combat. I probably needed to put a stop before their combat here. That is a big yikes. But that's okay. We'll save the next turn for Aetherize. Let me draw a card here before deciding whether or not to block. Okay. I think we can block here. Okay, Hexcatcher's a great draw there if we don't need to use the Aetherize. So let's make an idiot. We'll end the turn, and then we can Aetherize. Oof. That's scary. Our opponent has a really sweet deck. I love synergistic decks. I am playing Merfolk after all. And it's really sweet to see a Miles deck. Ooh, they got Inti. They're gonna give it Trample. And we're gonna Aetherize here. And do we Flood Maw something? We can Flood Maw their token. No, let's just take another draw step here. So, how are we winning this? I think we're gonna attack with everybody. We're gonna play the Hexcatcher here. And we are going to, yeah, let that through. And then how do I put a stop before their combat step? Is it this one? Let's hope so. Okay, I think just to be safe, I'm gonna use this now. Return that to hand, please. They're gonna attack here. We're gonna return their Quest Caller. It becomes a 1-2, and we're gonna trade with the Manifold Mouse here. Okay, wonderful. How do we manage this? If we attack for 3, we get an Idiot, we get the Drowner. Okay, so we can just only attack with the Spy here. And we'll pass the turn. So, if they draw another land here, they'll have enough mana for the Manifold Mouse plus the Forerunner, which will be quite bad for us. Just a nice cheeky mouse there. Unfortunately, you can't do anything about this. Ooh, and then the Challenger. Okay. They're likely not gonna attack. Oh, they are. I don't mind taking 2 here. And then we're going to tap down their 3-4. Tishana's Tidebinder was great there. So, let's attack, attack, attack. They'll likely block the mouse here. So, we don't even need to do that then. They're gonna trade, we're gonna get in for 2, and then I think we're gonna shuffle the Forerunner back into their deck, and we'll get an Idiot from that. Now we have Tidebinder here to possibly get rid of the Manifold Mouse trigger. We'll see, we'll see. I think they're incentivized to play their Quest Caller here just to get more toughness in the board. Oh, okay. Yep. then I think, since they didn't give it trample, we are okay taking 8 here. If we attack, put this in, they can block 3 creatures. They'll take 3. We might have to block here. We're just gonna see if our flyer can get there. That is rough. We did not draw action there. But we did get an idiot, so we can just keep chump blocking all day. Now, question is, do I use the Tidebinder on the Manifold Mouse? Or do I use it on the Equip trigger so that they don't get trample? That's rough. Our opponent's likely doing some math here, seeing if they have lethal. That is a big army. Ooh, and they kept something on top. Oof. So it looks like we're gonna have to use Tishana's Tidebinder here. Can't be having double strike. Okay, they are attacking with 6, 11, plus, so 18, and then they get trample from this. So, if we block here, double block here, we take care of all their creatures, we take 10. Take 11. Big yikes. And we don't have lethal on the swing back, because this has vigilance. So if we take this out and put this there, it still doesn't accomplish the same thing. But if we block here, they're gonna give it trample. Yikes. This is a rough one, guys. Take 12, right? Or 13. Okay. We have an out here, guys. Aetherize. What a top deck. Another out there would have been anything that could pump our Misway Spy. But Aetherize is definitely the cooler one here. What a game, huh? Merfolks versus Mice. Down to the wire. Yes, sir, you can have that. A lot of math involved in these creature decks. Creature matchups, I mean. Okay, that's clever. They use the Rockface Village for this instead of the Manifold Mouse because they likely want to give something else trample. Unfortunately for our opponent, they're gonna hit by a big Aetherize here. And you're just gonna have to imagine that these are mice. They look like goblins to me, but maybe they could be mice. Alright, Aetherize. And we get there. Good games, opponent. Okay, we are 2 pips away from Mythic. Oh my goodness, I've never gotten to Mythic before. First time playing Magic Arena. I don't know why I'm getting nervous though. Alright, let's go to the next round. Okay, we are on the draw here. On the round for all the marbles, for all the Mythic marbles. This looks like a keep. Let's keep this. Ooh, Dimir. Dimir is a great deck in this metagame. There are so many versions of it. I think my favorite Dimir deck is the Dimir Tempo deck, as a Tempo aficionado. We're gonna play this on Merfolk. We're gonna pass the turn here. Duress. Duress is okay. They're likely gonna get 3 steps ahead, or maybe a shore up. Given that, do I want to play the Hexcatcher? I don't think so. Let's do it while we have shore up. Okay, let's play this while we have shore up. We'll attack here. And we are gonna play this. Oh, that's no problem. Looks like they have a fairy theme going on. Okay, I think we have to use the Hexcatcher here just to destroy this. So maybe a mistake on our part was just disguising the Merfolk that we had. Ooh, another Annex here. And do we play the Flood Drowner? The Flood Pits Drowner. This likely has Archfiend of the Draw. Archfiend draws? Archfiend of the Draws, so we'll save the Drowner for that. Okay, we got a Nikonzel. So this is the Dimir Demons deck, I imagine. They know about our shore up, and they know about our Into the Flood Maw, so they're unlikely to just create a demon here. Okay, no problem.
Phyrexian's plans are already in motion.
I don't think we care about that. I think we'll just play the Drowner here then. Fortunate we're not getting any action here.
Don't understand what's important.
This could also be the deck that plays the 6 mana demon that exiles everything but the 6 bottom cards of your library and then kill you with Jace. We're not gonna waste a shore up on that.
Subdued.
We will use Into the Flood Maw on a 6/6 token here. Okay, so given that we drew that, I think we are actually going to play this for the ward cost. Ooh, unfortunately, Auto Tapper screwed us there. So we're gonna have to wait. Gotta keep up the shore up.
And uninterested.
Are they gonna play Archfiend of the Dross here? Looks like they're going to activate Jace.
Organic minds are easily quelled.
Ah, okay. This might be a difficult turn for us, especially if we're only drawing lands. That's really unfortunate. Let's save some mental energy. Let's go to game 2. You gotta know sometimes when to just let it go. I don't want to sit there trying to navigate that. Okay. If they are playing that demon that flies, I think Pick Your Poison would be good here. Negates, unable to scream, and what do we cut? I think we can cut the Nikonzols. They kind of pale in comparison to what they're trying to do over there. Let's keep our counters. Our shore up's still quite useful. Into the Flood Maw. Maybe. I don't know if they'll be good though. And I'm trying to think here. Maybe we don't need 3 copies of Unable to Scream. Let's just... And the Shauna's Tidebinder, I think, is good here. I think we can actually go down 1 on the Curiosity here. All of these I would like to keep. And then it's just a matter of cutting something from here. Let's do 1 Mistway Spy. So they had that counter that had a fairy clause in it, so maybe they're playing Fairy Mastermind. We're gonna be on the play here. Ooh, unfortunate. Getting a 1-lander here. Nope. Definitely a mulligan. Okay, this is a keep here. And I think it has to be the Drowner here. So, let's play Cavern on Merfolk. Play out our Scout. Tidebinder, let's bin it. Would love some more lands. Okay, Botanical Sanctum. Let's attack here. And I think I'm going to play the Schooner. And then next turn, we can do either a Mistway Spy here that's uncounterable, or we do the Hex Catcher here. I think we'll do the more mana efficient play here with the Hex Catcher. And then we can shore up whatever removal spell they're holding here. Yep. Let us use that here. And then we'll hit them for 7 and get an Explore trigger. Okay, we can sacrifice a Merfolk here if they play the door. Ooh, Negate is a wonderful card there. Let us play the Mistway Spy here. Just as a Merfolk. And just in case they have a Flash creature here, I'll keep the Hexcatcher back. Okay, I think we're gonna negate that. And now I think we can attack with the Hexcatcher. The Scout here is... I think we can do better. No, let's keep it. Just in case they somehow wipe our board. It'll be nice to have something that can crew, and oh my goodness, you guys, we got game 2. Okay. Things to change while we are in the draw now. Given that we're in the draw, I like having a spy there. And I think we might have to cut one of our more expensive spells here. Maybe the Tidebinder. No, the Tidebinder is really good, and 3 Steps Ahead is also really good. I think we'll keep. We'll keep these. Oh, we are on the draw, so we can cut an island. Let's do that. Alright, game 3 here. Oh, another one-lander. I am playing 21 lands here. Okay. This looks like a keep, but what are we putting back? I like all of our spells here. And since we have an Explore trigger, I think we're gonna put back our island here. Our opponent molts to 5. They're gonna have a Duress here. Likely taking our boat. Or our Negate. Okay. We'll play our Scout here. We did draw the Pick Your Poison. 3 Steps Ahead. We unfortunately don't have the mana for that yet, so we're gonna pin that. They go for the throat. We'll play an island here, and I think we're gonna save the Mistway Spy here and keep up Negate just in case they have the room. Okay. I think given that they have removal spells, we're gonna play the card with Ward. Ah, and here comes Liliana.
Something suspicious is going on. For once, it's not much. Off you go.
Okay. If we play Mistway Spy here, I think it's still best to play it as a ward creature. But we won't be able to kill Liliana. Okay. I think it's still better as a ward creature here. If they have a land and then they can kill spell plus pay ward. Ah, they had to cut down anyway. Are you gonna plus? I think I'm gonna get rid of the shore up here. I think our opponent is looking for something along the lines of a room card here. Let's see, this doesn't affect planeswalkers, so we are just gonna pass. Okay. Is our opponent going to... our opponent does not use Liliana here. That means they really want to keep that card there. But that allows us to take care of Liliana here. And then
Fine.
I think we're gonna go with the ward creature here. Perfect. This is why we play Pick Your Poison. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with flying of their choice. And we'll attack here for 4. We'll keep up negate here. Deep-Root Pilgrimage is perfect. Okay. I don't think we use it yet. I think we undisguise this. We'll attack with just this because they can make a fish. And they go for the throat. I think it's worth using negate here. I mean, we are at the mercy of top decking here, and creating that clue token could really help us. Okay, so we'll go with Deep-Root Pilgrimage here. We'll attack with our Spy. And we're gonna save our mana for the clue token here. Our opponent takes 1. They're likely gonna use this to draw a card. Oh, and we got there. Oh my goodness. Does that mean we're Mythic? Yes! First time Mythic! Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Wow, what a game too. When we look back at that, they did multiply. That was really unfortunate for our opponent. We mulled to 1. I mean, we mulled away once. And they did dress, go for the throat, cut down, and I think we were just able to narrowly navigate it while keeping in mind what we had to do for the future. Wow, so we got there to Mythic. Amazing. Wow, 97%. I don't know what that means, but this looks awesome. Got the Planeswalker symbol encased in a beautiful gem here. Looks like I'm gonna have to get up our limited rank here soon, but thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was Merfolk, Simic Merfolk, bringing me all the way to Mythic from Bronze. Absolute blast playing this deck. You saw how wonderful all of these cards are, from the Enduring Curiosity, some really cool Tidebinder plays, and of course the Deep-Root Pilgrimage, boat combo, Hexcatcher, absolute MVP. Nikonzel, pretty mid, not gonna lie, but still okay. The Drowner, great tempo play here, and of course our 1-drops have been amazing. The Scout and the Spy, really showcasing their strengths there. Shore Up, into the Flood Maw, 3 steps ahead, just great spells to round out our strategy. This list is very malleable. I hope you try it for yourself. I hope you do some testing of your own, and then comment back on my videos, tell me what you're doing, and we can play some more fish. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.